Good morning, folks. Taxdale Urban Homestead, and today I think I'll do a video and show you my garden. Folks, I know it's been a while since I did a video, but man, the homestead has been buzzing. We have had storms and then a heat wave and then storms, so I couldn't get out and really do a good video. So I thought I'd bring you along today for this garden tour. And folks, what better way to start this tour than to show you this massive sunflower right there. And it is a volunteer from last year's sunflower. It's just a couple feet over from where the, what would you call it? The host sunflower was grown. I did not grow this. I had a few other volunteers, but I took them to the front. So I thought, well, instead of starting here, let's go to the front and I'll show you a couple changes. Not much, but a couple changes. All right, folks, so we're in the front yard, and well, as I'm walking along, you guys can see a couple of the volunteer sunflowers that I have replanted back here, but I'm going to get this camera turned around so you guys can see the rest of the yard. All right, we'll start off with the bee balm. It has already bloomed, and I had to cut them back, and I see that new shoots have come out, and so I'll get new flowers here before the next heat wave. We have petunia hanging baskets over here. We ran out of hangers and couldn't find any, and well, like I said, life got a little busy, so we were not able to hang them. Alright, we're going to move next to some beautiful wildflowers. The borage, folks, have taken a lot of damage from the storms lately. I tried tying them up to help them out, but it's not working very well. And then, folks, 2 years ago, we started with one echinacea plant, and this year they have just bloomed out for, I love them. I absolutely love them. I'll pick them later on once they start to go through their stages, and yeah, I'll make a tincture or something out of it. We'll move next to just the potted plants here, guys. On the right side of this, we have ginger, and on the left, turmeric. Now, I normally wouldn't plant them together, but I thought the ginger had died. And the turmeric, so I put a piece of turmeric in there. I never pull anything out when I think they die, just because, well, one, they'll give off nutrients to the soil, and two, they might still have a chance. And boy, that ginger decided to come back, so that's good, and I'll probably try and transplant it later on. Some house plants. This is a butterfly lavender, folks. It's beautiful. The crown of thorns love being outside, and they're starting to bloom. And folks, do you guys remember this tiny little Kefir lime leaf plant? It has just really grown. Anyways, we'll go to the back first, and those are the 3 different types of mallow that I have. Variegated, and then this, I don't even know what this one is, but it has so many buds on it right now. It's about to go into full bloom, which we've been waiting for. The Asiatic lilies have already died back, and then let's get through this bunch of sunflowers. And then, of course, I grow columbines, and I grow black-eyed Susans, black-eyed Susans right there in front of the mallows. And this one has a lot of buds, and she's getting ready to flower too. So yeah, anyways, let's show you guys these volunteer sunflowers that I transplanted. Here's one. I don't know why the head is pointing the other way, but she is massive. And here is the other one. She's got a fine, tiny head. But this one here, folks, I planted it. But look at how strangely this is. It has 3 heads on it. 3 heads. It's just the coolest thing I've ever seen. Anyways, it split right here. Look at that. It split. And I'm thinking it's because of the weather. It's got to be because of the rain drought. Anyways, we have 2 teddy bears. This one is not quite in bloom. Well, it's blooming, but it's not quite full. I'll show you the one that is full. It's not completely full yet, folks, but look at it. It's gonna get even bigger and more beautiful. And then I planted these other dwarfs for Brenda. And this one is not quite open yet, but folks, this one right here has. Isn't that great? Next, we're gonna go to the new trees. Guys, I have a redbud tree. Yeah. And then, folks, I have a new, cherry tree right here. Isn't she beautiful? She had 1 cherry on it. 1 cherry. And the birds took it, which is fine. It's a Montmorency, so we're using it for pie filling and stuff like that. Which leads me to 2 years ago, 2 years ago, we got another cherry tree. Last year it bloomed, and well, this year, nothing. Folks, this is Dorothy. Dorothy looks a little, well, pathetic. I went to seek some help, and they think that she's just in shock because none of her limbs are brittle or anything like that. And, well, I mean, you see the flexibility still? Yeah. So I gave it some molasses water. I've given it some nutrients. Hopefully she'll make it through the winter. Maybe she is just storing some energy for this winter. And hopefully she'll be okay. Folks, I just wanted to show you guys. These 3 trees here. They are doing absolutely wonderful. They are persimmon trees, wild persimmon trees, which is native to Iowa. I did not know that, and they are doing absolutely wonderful. Hopefully we'll get some fruit next year or the year after. I belong to this bare root program, bare root tree program here in my area, in my city actually, that they give me 5 free trees a year, and I try to get the fruit trees because, well, you know, being a homesteader, fruit trees are wonderful. Let's go over to where I have isolated my zucchini plant. This year, I've decided to do my zucchini plant in this barrel bucket, and it is to try and keep the bugs over here, and I'm not growing it in the garden. So, yeah, I may have to hand pollinate more, which I'm gonna do right now, actually. If you guys didn't know, I'm going to show you the difference in a male flower right here. See, this is a male flower. It does not have a fruit right here. So all I do is I peel these back, and there are beetles here. Yep, squash bugs are right here. Anyways, that part is the male part. And you just take it in and rub it into the female part. Let me get you closer so you can see that. So as you can see, that's the female part, and you just take this male part and just kind of rub it in there. Sorry. And if you kind of see she's got openings for it. So that's all you do. And if you guys didn't know, Mother Nature knows what she's doing. For every female plant, she slowly gets a male plant ready for it. So that way they open up at the same time. All right, guys. Now we're at the what I call the wild garden. The mint is doing absolutely beautiful. They're a little slower this year because what I decided to do was mow it completely down so it could start fresh, because I was starting to get a bunch of wild mint coming in and I didn't like that. So I'm going to show you the difference between the regular mint and the wild mint. Alright folks, this is the iconic mint that you should be seeing in your gardens. See the ruffled leaves and all that stuff, and it's gorgeous. Now, I'm not saying the wild mint, which is right next to it, is not gorgeous. It is gorgeous, but it has a different off flavor to me, and so I'm trying to pull all the wild mint out. So after a few years, this mint here needs to regenerate, or else it will turn into the wild mint. That is why I mowed it all down, and we're going to try and start over. Let's move on next to my wild garden, and it's gotten really wild. The sorrel has gone to seed. It does not grow from seed. It actually roots out and just keeps going. And then we have our false Solomon seal going to seed. I'm going to let it go to seed this year, and I'm going to collect it for some friends and family. Folks, the dill, oh my goodness, the dill has gone crazy. Just absolutely crazy. And you can't hardly even see the cilantro, but I did get some cilantro and I'm leaving it to go to seed. The reason why is I need some coriander for cooking. So if you didn't know, cilantro and coriander is the same thing, except for coriander is the seed part. And folks, this beautiful rhubarb is just doing so great. We absolutely are thrilled. It has moved homes 3 or 4 times. I think it's finally found its permanent home here, and it's thriving now. We had a great harvest. I will put a picture right here so that you guys can see it. I mean, it did a great harvest for us. All right, folks. Next, Brenda has put out all these, I guess you could call them clay pots for the birds. Not for the birds, for the bees, so they have water. And yeah, it's kind of been helping. Talk about bees. We have not had a huge bee sighting this year. They haven't been here like they have in previous years. So we're wondering if it's because of our neighbors are spraying and stuff like that. But that's part of the reason why we have these giant fences. We were hoping that our big privacy fence would stop overspray and stuff like that, and I think it has helped with the overspray, but we're only one community, so I don't know if that's gonna help us or not. I mean, not one community, one house that's doing a big garden trying to homestead. But anyways, you do the best you can. Let's go on to row 1. Guys, look at this asparagus. Now this is second year. Oh, look what showed up. The purple one, just to say hello. I am not picking anything this year. I'm letting them all just go ahead and put energy into next year. So next year we hopefully will have a bunch of asparagus. Now this bare spot used to have flat onions, but we've eaten them all. Don't worry, I have second round already started and almost ready for the ground. And then, folks, what? Look at all those onions. Now, I did this for a reason. I did onions here to try and help my Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and broccoli. But I don't know. I am not getting any broccoli heads whatsoever. Not a single broccoli head. Look at that. But somebody suggested that I go ahead and just top them off, which I think I will do. And gosh darn it, look at this. See that darn cabbage moth got in there. I don't know how it gets in there. I've had this netting up since these were babies. Uh-oh, that one split. I gotta pull that one. We have had some massive cabbage harvest already. I will show you some pictures right here. And we just absolutely have been getting great cabbage this year. Anyways, as you guys can see, I need to start weeding purslane. Purslane is everywhere. We have leeks. Leeks everywhere. Which I am so happy about, because last year we only got 2 leeks. This year we have 8. So, yay. No, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We have 10. All right. Anyways, right behind it, to help out also, I have borage and chamomile growing with my watermelon. So that way, hopefully, it will keep more bugs away. I heard that borage and chamomile does keep bugs away from the watermelon. And I'm going to show you guys. I am absolutely going to show it. We're going to zoom in because I can't get back there. There it is. Look at, uh-oh. Zoom out a little bit here. There we go. There it is. Yeah. It's doing wonderful. Hopefully we get more than one, but so far one is fine. Let's zoom back out here. All right, potatoes. Next week we're going to be harvesting potatoes. And then right over here, we got more chamomile and sweet alyssum. And this time, they are actually protecting the cantaloupe, which I do not see a single cantaloupe yet, but there's the vine. Hopefully we'll get a cantaloupe, maybe 2 this year. Last year, that cantaloupe was so delicious. And like I said, we're going to do potato harvest next week. Alright guys, on with the tour. We have 3 this year instead of 1 Asian eggplant. And I think I have one ready to show you guys what they look like. If I can find, yes, right down there. You guys see it? And that's about the size I want it. And then I'll pick it. But, yeah. I personally don't eat a lot of it, but my family does, and that's why we've grown them, and absolutely love it. Row 2 was this cabbage and stuff. I will do what I can to get those moths out of there. There's just, oh, man. Anyways, all right, row 3. Row 3 has my peppers, and guys, these are just supposed to be wax peppers. They're hot. They're very hot. I love that they're hot. All right, and then we have another broccoli right next to it. This was the volunteer broccoli, not volunteer, the sacrificial broccoli, and it still did not head either. So I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. Anyways, yeah, look at this. My bell peppers are doing great. We already started picking jalapenos from here. More jalapenos, but look at these darn bugs. Oh well, It is what it is. I'm an organic grower. I'm going to have to deal with bugs. And folks, I wanted to show you something really awesome. See this? This is called a fish jalapeno. I saved this from seed, and it is doing wonderful. Now, the reason why I grew these and the reason why I'm so proud of them is these are from the Depression era. They grew them a lot because they grew a lot of peppers on one plant. Absolutely wonderful. And then we have right here Tabasco peppers, and then these tiny little pepper plants. There's two of them, one there and one here. Well, I thought they were Tabascos, but now I'm not sure, because that is a Tabasco. Maybe this one is too. It kind of looks like it, but I don't know. And then we have some Zapotec peppers. They're a milder jalapeno, supposedly. I don't know. Then, folks, I decided to do a ton of onions because a friend of mine, Susan, bought a big old bag of onions, and well, she needed help putting them down. I had some kohlrabi here. I do have the second set of kohlrabi started. I already ate them all, and man, they were beautiful. These over here along the edge are all green onions, and folks, oh, they are delicious, delicious. And I have onions growing in between all this stuff too. We hope to have a 500 onion year. I'm trying to get through the jungle without killing any plants. Let's go on to bed number, what is it, 4? 4, yeah. Bed 4 was dedicated to just beets, radishes, and carrots. All the way down there are the carrots. Folks, what a wonderful year for beets, beets, radishes, and carrots. Now, our summer carrots, we are going to be pulling here pretty soon, all of them. I already pulled some, but I'll pull more. And then we'll put our fall carrots in towards the end of July, so that way we could harvest them in September when it's cooler, and they should store for the rest of the year. They did for us this year. We did run out though in February, but other than that, it's been doing great. All right, final row is row 5. Now, the green beans, as you guys can tell, have had their time. I already have a bunch of peas started. I will be pulling up all these beans. this was the only pinto bean plant that I got. So I'm gonna let them go, and they're prolific. I mean, so prolific. Uh-oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, nope, it was not a bug. Haha, it was just the edges. Anyways, these beans are doing fantastic, and I've always wanted to try and grow soybeans. And look, we have 4 or 5 soybean plants, which I'm so happy about. I love soybean. We steam them and we eat them. Folks, tomatoes. We've had tomatoes for days and days and days. Brando really wanted cherry tomatoes, so we grew 3 cherry tomato plants, and they might be a little bit much. We did not do any for canning this year, since we still had a bunch of canned tomatoes and sauce and stuff. So that's why we really focused on the brassicas this year, which I'm gonna have to focus on again next year, since we didn't get any broccoli, but we did get a ton of cabbage, which I already made sauerkraut and gave away a bunch. Anyways, after the tomatoes here, let's go to the chives. Oh, look at those chives. I already harvested once, and they're doing fantastic. So I'll harvest again one more time before the fall. I'll probably harvest in a couple days, actually. And then they should grow up enough where I'll have some to harvest in the fall. All right, folks, some exciting news. Blueberries. They survived the winter, and guess what? They gave us blueberries. We had about 20 this year, which was 20 more than I've ever had grown, because we've only grown the 4. And so this one here did not give us any, but that one did. And same with the other bed. And folks, look at the sweet potatoes. You want to hear something? These are from last year's sweet potatoes. We ate sweet potatoes all the way up till January. And then I took some out and I put it in soil, and I got slips. Isn't that wonderful? And then I'm going to show you, this was the garlic bed, but I am going to put bok choy in it now. So I'm going to amend the soil and put bok choy in. Next we have here more sweet potatoes, and here's the other blueberries. Right here did not give us any, that one did. And I put sweet alyssum in between because I like sweet alyssum tea. So yeah, we've already harvested once and it's doing fantastic. Now, cucumbers. Guys, they started turning yellow and rustic like at the very beginning. But look at it now. And we've already harvested a bunch of carrots. And well, look at the carrot. I mean the cucumber. Ta-da! They're so long. But they're beautiful. They're long, but they're beautiful. And then we had some picklers come through too. So they kind of intertwined. And I don't know which ones are picklers and which ones are those long ones. But I'm just going to let them grow. If they look like they are, you know, ready to eat, I'll pick them. Here's another one. Yeah. Folks, if you didn't know, you should never ever let your cucumbers ripen on the vine. If you do, it will send a signal to the cucumber plant that it's done its job, and it will kill the cucumber plant. So, just letting you know, pick them when you think they're ready to eat. Do not let them ripen, like completely turn yellow on the vine. All right, last but not least, folks, the trellis. If you guys remember last year, the trellis was gourds. This year, it's those purple succotash beans on both sides. This side's not doing as well, but that's okay because the other side, holy cow. And look at it, that sunflower that we started with is humongous. Anyways, yeah, that is the succotash beans. Folks, back to the beginning, and I hope you guys enjoyed that tour. Hopefully I can get more videos out, but you know, we started a soap making business. It's called Be Craven's Homemade Products, and it's taken up some time. I've ended my job with the state and I started a new job. Life has just been very busy, but I'm so glad you guys came today. I hope you guys come back for more. I will try to get back on schedule with my videos. Folks, until next time, stay blessed and be A-OK.